Mass media is ignoring a critical issue that affects millions of people, and that's digital redlining. Algorithms are being used to systematically deny credit, insurance, and job opportunities to people in specific zip codes, perpetuating economic inequality through automation.
That sounds like a conspiracy theory. I've never heard of digital redlining before.
It's not a theory, it's a fact. Studies have shown that algorithms used by financial institutions and other companies are biased against people living in certain areas, often based on their zip code. This means that people in these areas are less likely to get loans, insurance, or jobs, regardless of their qualifications.
But isn't that just a result of demographics? Certain areas have higher crime rates or lower income levels, so it makes sense that companies would be more cautious when dealing with people from those areas.
That's a common misconception. While it's true that some areas have higher crime rates or lower income levels, the algorithms used in digital redlining don't just take those factors into account. They also consider other factors, such as the types of businesses in the area, the quality of local schools, and even the types of cars people drive. This means that people who live in areas that are deemed undesirable are often penalized, regardless of their individual circumstances.
I'm not sure I buy that. If companies are using these algorithms to make decisions, it's because they're trying to minimize risk. They're not trying to discriminate against people.
That may be the intention, but the result is still discriminatory. And it's not just about minimizing risk. These algorithms are also being used to maximize profits. By targeting certain areas and demographics, companies can charge higher interest rates, higher insurance premiums, and offer lower-paying jobs. It's a form of economic exploitation, and it's perpetuating inequality.
But what about personal responsibility? If people in certain areas are struggling financially, it's because they're not making smart financial decisions. They need to take responsibility for their own lives.
That's a simplistic and misguided view. People in low-income areas often face systemic barriers that make it difficult for them to access credit, education, and job opportunities. They may not have the same access to financial resources, job training programs, or social networks that people in more affluent areas have. And when they do try to access these resources, they're often met with discrimination and bias. Digital redlining is just one example of how these systemic barriers are being perpetuated and exacerbated by technology.
I still don't think this is a big deal. It's just the way the system works.
The system is rigged, and it's rigged against people who are already struggling. Digital redlining is a form of economic apartheid, and it's being ignored by mainstream media because it's not convenient to talk about. It's easier to blame individuals for their financial struggles than to confront the systemic issues that are driving inequality. But we need to start talking about this, and we need to start taking action to address it.